Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite new mama, Bougie Vintage. Not trying to eat this spray. Okay, hold on. And today's video is a love and hip hop video. Girl, this episode really blew me, okay? Blew me away, blew my socks off. It was just blowing me and I couldn't believe it. I'm here to talk about it because, bitch, what is really going on this show right now? The episode continues with the meeting without Erica because Erica was outside cussing everybody and their grandmother. She was outside yelling about just Brittany, talking about her son, and saying basically she's not going to accept Brittany talking about her son because Brittany was wearing $2 clothing. And she keeps calling Brittany Ronald McDonald, and I'm confused. I'm just like, do you guys not know what Ronald McDonald looks like? Like, Brittany is dressed like it's Halloween with her purple and her orange, but it's definitely not Ronald McDonald. So I don't know why they keep referring to her as that. Ronald has red hair, not orange hair. Like, she could, if she called her Chucky, you know, I then might get it a little bit with the orange hair thing. But she keeps calling her Ronald, and I'm just like, no. Even if she called her the Hamburglar, it would make more sense than Ronald. But whatever. My thing was, she didn't really have that same energy inside. Because even in the last episode, or the last recap I said I found it, like, crazy that Erica didn't snap on her. She started snapping on security. And I'm just like, you didn't have that same energy, baby. And you need to. Because you're out here looking crazy. It's like she doesn't want smoke. Because why are you hating from outside the club? You can't even get in. So Erica was basically yelling at everybody as if she's above this whole entire love and hip hop thing and just Brittany, but bitch, y'all are probably getting paid the same amount of money. Okay, no, maybe not. Erica's getting paid more than Brittany, but you guys are working the same job, so I don't know why she's trying to act like she's above anybody. Y'all is employed at the same motherfucking factory, bitch. In confessional, she calls Brittany a walking STD. Oh my god. And she says that Brittany is very lucky that security is there. I said, okay. Alright now. I always forget to color correct, whatever. The point is, Erica Mena is big mad right now. So they're sitting there and they're having the conversation, and Mimi basically asked the girls if they can drop the ego so that they can get something done. And just Brittany says, I don't have an ego. The problem is the girls were being fake. She said the issue here is the fakeness. She said that when she first met Estelita and Erica, they were talking shit, and that's where her problem lies. And quite frankly, this was true. Like, when they met each other, when they kind of came and ambushed the whole session that Brittany was having with Stevie, you know, they interrupted her and they were shading her out of nowhere. At this point in the show, you can literally hear Erica Mena outside screaming at the security, and you're basically trying to tune it out while it's going on. So while Brittany's talking, Keely interrupts, and she basically says they need to put that shit aside and basically come together to do some woman empowerment bullshit. And so when she interrupts Brittany actually in confessional starts talking about how she is the one that introduced Keely to Stevie and what's her name? And Mimi. And she doesn't understand why she's interrupting into a conversation that has nothing to do with her. And I was like, well, damn. So we already know that this relationship that they have is not going to last. Estelita ends up asking Brittany if she's going to be willing to work with Erica in the showcase. And Brittany's response to that is, look, I've made plenty of money with bitches that don't like me. Obviously, because she's coming out of the strip club. So she's basically saying, like, she can definitely do the showcase whether Erica is a part of it or not. That is not her business. And that's the way business goes. You know, you're not always going to like the people you work with. Take it from me, honey. When I used to work at these damn places, bitch, I always hated everybody. Everybody's always giving me a hard fucking time. At the end of the day, You don't let that shit get in the way of your bank, your coin, your bag, your money, whatever you want to call it. You just keep it pushing. I don't know why I started my face when I didn't even do my eyes yet. So in the next scene, Miss Karen King is back and she's meeting up with Mama D at a place called Dr. Curves because Mama D is getting a motherfucking mommy makeover. I don't know why, because she looks perfectly fine to me. She's literally getting a Brazilian butt lift, a tummy tuck, boob lift, and lipo. I said, why does this ancient ass lady need all these things? Like, Mama D definitely does not need to get that work done, but she's getting it done because it makes her happy. So, you know, that's her business if she wants to get those things done. I personally think Mama D looks great the way she was. She's thin. Like, what more could you ask for? You know, it's not like she has anybody to impress, but that's what I mean by saying she's doing it for her. She wants to fix those things after having kids. She can go ahead and do it. It is really none of any of our business. So Karen and Mama D are just catching up. I don't ever remember them really like being friends on the last seasons, but in Mama D's confessional, she talks about how Scrappy finally married the Bam. And she said, I guess, I was fucking cackling. She said she guessed he's in love with her hooves, the Bam's hooves, and I fucking died. But she's really happy for them, and, you know, she supports them. Because, you know, Mama D used to give Erica a hard fucking time. And Erica was always so pretty to me, but towards the last season that she was on, I really started to gain a strong dislike for her. She was annoying. Anyway, he says that her and Ernest are on bad terms again. We are not surprised because them two are just not meant to be. Like, I don't know what it is, but they're just, they can't seem to figure it out. So they are on bad terms yet again. They need to just file for divorce at this point. And so she's just filling Karen King in with all this stuff. And Karen's filling her in. And KK tells us that she is dating a 28-year-old man. And she loves her 28-year-old man. She is a cougar in these streets, baby. They showed some pictures of her boyfriend. And he looked like BB Gun, in my opinion. He's not BB Gun, but he looked like him, okay? So I guess they were talking about lovemaking. And she was saying that the young boys certainly know how to get the job done. And Mama D says Ernest needs Cialis and Viagra. And honestly, that's probably because Ernest is turned off by Mama D because she's so mean to him. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. If he's not being a man, he's not being a man. But she should have known that before she married him again. Or I don't think they were married the first time, actually. And that's the thing I don't really like about Mama D. I feel like she is always bad-mouthing Ernest. And she really shouldn't be doing that. It's embarrassing. Like, you guys are on TV and she's so fucking mean to she's so mean to the man. Like, I'm just like, nah, if I was Ernest, I would have been left. Especially because she's the reason he went to jail the first time. So KK starts telling Mama D about Scrap getting out of jail. And she's really excited that he's coming home soon. And then Mama D goes under the knife for her appointment. Or for her surgery, sorry. So in the next scene, we are at Young Jock's roast. I don't know why they're roasting him. But they were hosting a roast for Young Jock. And everybody was kind of poking fun and whatever. Michael Blackson was there, so it must have been a serious event. I think Michael Jackson would actually be... Michael Jackson, oh my god. Michael Blackson would be a good addition to Love and Hip Hop. Anyway, Tokyo invited Carly Red with her. But they were there with Tobias at the table, and I was like, this is messy because Tokyo still has no idea about Tobias and Carly. And so I'm just like, how are all three of y'all sitting at the table and nobody's saying it? Like, this is just awkward. For me, it was awkward because I know and Tokyo don't know, so I'm like, oh, hell no. Anyway, after the show, they go outside, and they end up meeting up, like, to talk with Keely, the lady I said I don't like, BB Gun, and also Keely's boyfriend. Keely ends up in the fucking confessional being messy as hell, spilling the tea about Tobias and Carly, and she's basically saying that they used to have sex according to the streets. And that is so messy because I'm just like, how does Keely know every damn body's business? Like, Keely is just in everybody's business. But I mean, we can't take her word for anything because she said she knew Stevie J, and Stevie J said he ain't never met this lady before. He don't know her. So, you know, we can't be taking Keely's word for anything. And she was very messy, and she threw a slight shade and asked them if they were on a double date. Tokyo had no idea what she was talking about, but I think Carly might have caught the shade, but she never said anything about it either. Anyway, this was actually her first time meeting Carly Red. So they had never had an encounter before. And so I'm just like, how the hell she know this lady business but she never met the bitch before? But then again, it is Carly Red, so I mean, her business is usually in the streets because she is usually in the streets collecting bones like fucking Sheree Whitfield. Carly asked Shooter how he's doing, and he starts talking about how this is definitely a very hard year for him so far. It's been his most challenging year of his life because obviously he just lost his child, so that's pretty fucking challenging. And Keely butts in and has the audacity to say he would have an easier time managing or dealing with it if he had the proper support from his wife. And I said, the nerve of this lady. Like, why does she feel like she can just come for Sierra so hard? Like, she's going way too hard for Shooter against Sierra. Like, it's ridiculous. And that's exactly why I don't like her. She ain't right. I don't know. There's something about her that's just nasty. Keep in mind that Tokyo and Carly are good friends with Sierra, so obviously they're not going to accept that. You know, they are not going to accept that. So Tokyo basically says, look, Sierra's not here to defend herself, so that's what we not going to do. You're not going to start talking shit about her when she's not here to defend herself. Absolutely no way. And I agree with that 100%. You don't talk about somebody if they're not there to defend themselves. That's wrong. And so in confessional, Tokyo says that Keely better stop running her mouth before she pops her. And I was like, you fucking better. But don't talk about it, be about it. I don't want to hear that you gonna pop her. I want to see you pop her, bitch. Because I don't know where the hell this bitch gets off talking mess in front of the girl's friends. Of course, Keely's messy ass brings up her friend Deej and asks Shooter how they're doing. And Shooter says that they are enjoying each other's company right now. And so Carly and Tokyo are still standing there, so they're gathering all this tea, and obviously they're good friends to Sierra, so they're gonna bring it right on back to her. And so at this point, Carly Red steps in and she addresses Keely, and she's just like, I'm confused because where is the girl code here? I thought that Sierra is your friend. Like, from what I know, from what Sierra's told me, you and her are friends. And she's like, I'm not nobody's friend. And I was just like, okay. And then she goes on to say that her loyalty is with Shooter. Pick a side, bitch. Don't be talking about you're nobody's friend and then go and say that shit. Like, that don't make no damn sense. Oh my gosh. I wish I was on the show. I wish I was on the damn show so I could just drag this bitch. She is not right in the head. So she starts to say that she knows Sierra through BB Gun, not the other way around. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just like, this bitch is so trifling. Like, it doesn't matter who you knew first. If you started to gain a friendship, you know, with that person, then you need to honor that friendship regardless of who you knew first. Like, that doesn't make any damn sense. Sierra is not the one that cheated on her, on Shooter. Shooter cheated on Sierra, so I don't understand why she has such an attitude towards Sierra. Like, it's weird. So Keely starts talking mad shit about Sierra. She's going in on her and how she's not there for Shooter in his time of need and all kinds. And she starts talking about Sierra's Instagram page, and I'm like, okay, clearly she's watching her shit and stalking her if she's gonna be bringing up Sierra's Instagram page and saying that Sierra was turning up on Instagram or turning up at a party and partying instead of being there for Shooter. And I'm just like, bitch, like, you have time. Like, what the fuck? Who has time to be saying or stalking somebody's page like that to know what they're up to? Like, what are you doing? You don't have your own life? Why weren't you there, bitch? How about that? Because she wasn't at the funeral. Anyway, Carly tries to defend her friend because she was with Sierra at the funeral, and she knows how Sierra feels about the whole situation and stuff. And so for Keely to be saying all this stuff as if she knows something is very wrong. And that's the thing I like about Carly, even though I'm not Carly's biggest fan because she's messy herself. She is a good friend to the people that she is friends with for the most part, you know? She's very messy, but she's definitely a good friend to the people that she loves. Because some people will literally sit there and not defend their friend. Sorry, this is actually hard to film right now because I'm trying to like... Anyway, by the end of the scene, Carly is in her confessional talking about how she does not like Keely's vibe. She's definitely messy. And if Carly motherfucking Red is calling you messy, you know you done fucked up, okay? Because Carly Red is the messiest person on the show. So, I mean, if she's calling you messy, you know something's wrong with you. What the hell did I do to this wing liner, baby? So in the next scene, Mimi invites over Keely and Erica to have or finish the meeting they were having because Erica actually wasn't at the end of the last meeting because she was outside freaking out. The meeting basically starts off with her apologizing for what happened, and Keely steps in and basically says, you know, she doesn't condone anything that Just Brittany said about her son because she too has a child and she would react in the same way and rate-tay-tay-tay. In this scene, we witness Keely being messy yet again. She starts telling Erica about the last meeting that Just Brittany had with them and Stevie around the time Stevie was basically saying like he might be going to jail. And the meeting, she starts talking about how she was giving off a weird vibe, and Mimi was like how she definitely felt the vibe too, blah blah blah. Basically, Just Brittany ended up blurting out that she is f***ing Stevie. And when this happened, I said, what? So why the hell was she talking about she ain't had to fuck nobody to get to where she's at if she's having sex with Stevie? She said she's sleeping with a man. I said, oh my God, Brittany, why? Now your tea is in the streets. Now this is a hot fucking mess. This is more than just a storyline because this episode just gets crazier and crazier as the episode went on, and I was just like, nah, I'm not here for any of this bullshit. So Erica is shocked. I'm shocked. Everybody's fucking shocked because why the hell is Just Brittany sleeping with Stevie? Like, I know Stevie has like the biggest beefcake. It ain't bigger than Safari's, but why do these women insist on sleeping with him and then letting him treat them like crap? I don't get it. So after Erica hears this, she's like how she's definitely not gonna be messing with Danger Zone anymore. That's Stevie's record label, because clearly it's just messy. Like, if Stevie is sleeping with every single artist, is he addicted to sex, or he just don't turn down pom pom? Like, I'm confused by him. I'm confused by these women's. I don't understand why they sleep with Stevie. Like, he ain't even cute. Like, what? I don't know. And Just Brittany's so young too. That's why I'm just like, ew. Like, Stevie's an old freaking geezer. Why are you sleeping with him? Stevie is like the ultimate sugar daddy, except he ain't got no sugar to give away. He ain't got no sugar to give away because he owes bare money for child support. It's crazy. Like, it really blows my mind that these women sleep with this guy. So at this point, Erica's just like, she's just gonna mess with Jazzy Faye at this point. She promised him she would stay out of drama, so she can't be messing with Danger Zone if she's trying to stay out of drama. At least somebody here is sensible enough to not mess with Stevie. But I told you guys, I could never picture Erica sleeping with Stevie. And if Brittany slept or is sleeping with Stevie, you know she fucked Rick Ross. Now it's confirmed, bitch. Now it's confirmed because she will literally do anything to get to where she wants to be. And that's a dangerous bitch. That's a dangerous bitch that will do anything, bitch. You don't want those people around you, I swear. So Erica starts talking about her son, which is obviously a touchy subject for her. And she gets really emotional about it. She says that she tries her hardest to shelter him from her lifestyle. Bitch, you on TV, bitch. Like, what is going on? How do you shelter your child from your life if your life is being broadcasted on the fucking television every week? I need to know. Please help me understand. Make it make sense, because it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, she tries to shelter him from the shit, and she starts crying because she's like how he's going into junior high. She wants to be there for him. She needs to be there for him. He needs his mother. But in order to provide for him, she has to be away from him. I said this is bullshit. And let me tell you why this is bullshit. Okay? You don't have to be on Love and Hip Hop. There are plenty other occupations that she could fucking do. She could go back to school. She could do anything that she wants because she obviously has the money to do so. But she wants to live a certain type of lifestyle. She wants to maintain that lifestyle. She doesn't even have talent, and that's the thing. If she had a talent and she was away, it would make sense. If she was a awesome singer, rapper, whatever, and she was touring and stuff, then okay, I can accept that you have to be away to make money. But you literally uprooting and moving to Atlanta, you could have taken him with you if that was the case. Like, you don't have to live in Atlanta. You don't have to do none of the shit you're doing. You want to do that shit. So if you truly want to put your child first, you're not going to do that. You're going to figure something out. Like, you're going to figure out how you can be next to him and work at the same fucking time. Y'all see me on here fucking breastfeeding? The fuck? Like, she's making excuses because she wants to be on Love and Hip Hop. Because she doesn't know what else to do. Because when you don't have talent, that's what happens. You end up doing weird shit. And Love and Hip Hop is definitely weird shit to be doing. Because not only does she already look stupid because she dissed the whole franchise and then she ended up coming back to the franchise. A whole different franchise than her original cast. But now you're sitting up here crying and looking a hot fucking mess talking about your child. When if he was truly first, bitch, you would do anything to be next to him. You would definitely, if he really truly mattered, you would not be away from him. You would have either brought him with you so that you could be around him, or you would go home and get a different job. Because this shit don't make sense to me. Am I wrong? Like, tell me if I'm jumping the gun here. I just don't understand what she's talking about. Because Erica ain't doing nothing special that she needs to be away from her child for long amounts of time. She ain't touring the world, bitch. She's not making a difference and she's not being impactful in any way. So that's when we could respect it. That's when we could say, okay, I understand. Like, you have to do what you have to do. But that's not what she's doing. So I'm very, very confused by her. For as long as she was sitting there with her cry voice on, only one crocodile tear, one baby, strolled down that little face of hers. Because she was acting like she was crying. She was making her eyes water up and tear up and stuff. But was only one tear dripping out of one eye, okay? We didn't even get tears out of both eyes. Shit wasn't believable, okay? Maybe I'm being too hard on Erica because I already, you know, I don't really like her. But I'm serious. Like, she needs to do better and stop making excuses as to why she has to be away from her child to provide. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't, bitch. And after this little crocodile tear scene, well, not after the scene, but Mimi basically gives her some words of encouragement and basically tells her she feels the exact same way. But I think Mimi only feels that way to an extent because we know Eva is with Mimi. She lives with her. I think when she was telling her she feels the same way, she was only speaking on the fact that she has to try to shelter her daughter from all the shit that's going on around her. Like the whole show aspect of it, that's what she's talking about. But Mimi's definitely a hands-on mom, okay? We know that Eva is her pride and joy and she's always with her. We don't know that about Erica. Anyway, let's get the hell out of this scene because I don't want to be talking about nobody's parenting. So, Carly and Tokyo meet up with Sierra to obviously spill the tea that they learned the other day after they met Keely. But before that, before Sierra showed up, Carly Red decided that she's gonna tell Tokyo about Tobias. And, you know, I felt like it's good that she's doing this because, I don't know, we're seeing a different side of Carly. I don't mind Carly on the show because I honestly feel like we need Carly to be on the show because, I mean, we already lost Jocelyn. Like, as much as we don't really care for Carly, she's still loving it up. Like, you know, I prefer her over a lot of other people on the show. I'm not gonna lie. She ends up telling Tokyo about Tobias. A lot of times when a woman does something like this, the woman gets mad at the other woman instead of getting mad at her man, who she needs to get mad at. But Tokyo took it really well and she asked if they ever had sex, and Carly says no, 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 no. He wasn't my type. We just went on a couple dates. We spent time, you know, but that's it. But I feel like I had to tell you because, you know, I was out with you guys the other night. That's just wrong for us to be both sitting there knowing that we went on some dates, you know? Carly, like, reiterates the fact that it was years ago. When Keely was in her confessional, she was saying that it was not too long ago. But Carly is in her 50s, damn near probably 60. Okay, she looks great, by the way. But she was making it sound like it was eons ago. Tobias doesn't look more than 30, if he's even 30, because Tokyo's probably young too. So I don't know why Carly's trying to make it seem like it was like eons ago when she is herself ancient. So if it was eons ago, was she a cougar at the time? Like, I don't know. I need to know how old Tobias is. Like, somebody tell me how old Tobias is. If you know Tobias personally, let us know how old that is. And so it was at this point that Tokyo realized that Keely was throwing shade when she asked about the double date, because Keely knew about those two dating before Tokyo got in the picture. She said that she's definitely gonna fix Keely when she sees her. I said, you better, bitch. Because you're really not about to come and shade me and I'm not going to catch it. And then when I do realize what you did, I'm not going to say nothing. Bitch, bye. You're going to get your ass beat. That's what's going to happen. So anyway, Sierra shows up. They tell Sierra about Tobias. What am I talking about? Sierra shows up. They tell Sierra about the whole Keely incident. Sierra's like, what the fuck? Like, I used to pray with this girl. Like, that was my friend. Blah, 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 blah. I can't believe she's out here dragging me through the damn mud like this. This is crazy. And so when they actually brought this up to her, she spilled her drink all over her damn chin. Like, and I was dying because that happens to me all the time. Like, I'll be drinking and the shit's dripping down my chin. It's like I don't know how to drink out of a straw or something. I don't know. By the end of this conversation, they basically tell Sierra, like, you need to talk to BB Gun and get to the bottom of all this stuff, because I can't believe, you know, she's out here hooking your husband up with somebody else, number one. Number two, why is she talking so much shit about you? And number three, them damn kids that supposedly BB Gun done made with the next bitch. Let's find out what's going on. And I'm like, yes, we need to know what the fuck is going on with your ex-husband, your husband, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, the next scene, annoying, squeaky voice ass Kelsey meets up with her big milk dud head ass daddy. Okay? She meets up with him to spill tea because she's messy, because she's annoying. So she starts to tell Kirk how the personal trainer showed up at the shop to fix the lights and stuff, and she was calling him some big buff guy. Like, she was trying to, like, say, she was trying to give him the 411 on her mom's personal trainer. Sorry, her stepmom's personal trainer. And I'm like, why? Like, why are you doing this? Rashida does not like the personal trainer. She did not tell him to come to the place. Messy ass Carly is the one that sent the personal trainer. Like, I was like, Kelsey, you're doing absolutely too much in your damn fur coat. Like, please stop. You're not Safari. I can't. She's so messy that she tells her dad what Rashida said about, you know, she needs to possibly get used to the thought of Rashida with somebody else just in case they don't work it out, which we know is a damn motherfucking lie. She's gonna work it out with this man because she is a doormat and she will continue to be walked all over. At this point, Kirk is jealous and he's feeling some type of way and he's shook and he worried that he about to lose his bitch. He says it's like a wake-up call and that he, what did he say? He said that he loves her more now after going through all this stuff. I said, boy, bye. And quite frankly, Kelsey's meddling should get her beat up, okay? So if you're in Atlanta and you see Kelsey, run up on that ass because I don't know why she's meddling in the people in business. I need to know where this energy was when Kirk was out here sleeping with bitches since season 1. Where was Kelsey's energy then? Like, why is it that she's so, I need my parents to stay together? How about this is all your daddy's fault? So no, your parents don't need to stay together. This is too freaking much for me. So this conversation is basically to tell Kirk that he better do something and he better do it fast. And I was just so annoyed by this. I'm just like, why is this little girl meddling in grown folk business? Mind your damn business. Like, she has some damn nerve snitching on Rashida. Like, Rashida didn't even do anything. The guy came and fixed lights. And that's because your mom didn't want to tell your dad to come do it because she don't want to see him. Would you want to see your man if he had a baby on you? I certainly would not. Like, Kelsey just has some damn nerve. I can't stand her. Like, I really need to know where she gets off running to go tell her daddy this. And why did they meet up in the middle of, where were they? I can't even remember where they were. They were like on the street side. Like, I was like, who meets up with their dad here? Like, ugh. Anyway, let me get off of this scene because, bitch, I'm about to get upset. Just reliving this shit. I was literally suffering through the episode. So the next scene is a penthouse photo shoot with Estelita. Sorry, no, with Stevie. And it's for the legacy shoot, the penthouse legacy shoot. Of course, Estelita shows up. The people that work at Penthouse and that are running the shoot, they are like in love with Estelita. They're like, oh my god, Estelita is beautiful. She's gorgeous. Like, they're whispering about it. So Estelita and Stevie go to talk and Estelita starts complaining about Brittany. And so Stevie's like, to shut her up, he basically said, you don't need to worry about all that. You're my favorite. She's blushing. I said, what the fuck? Why is she blushing right now? Wasn't she just a couple episodes dogging Stevie and saying that the reason that he's acting like this is because she wouldn't sleep with him the second time? Now I don't believe a word that this lady said. She definitely slept with him more than once. She is sleeping with him. And I'm just, my mouth was just on the floor. I said, what is really going on right now? First of all, if a tells you that you're his favorite, what does that tell you? That tells you that you ain't the only one. Isn't that what that tells you? Or am I lost in the sauce here? Like, if somebody tells you that you are their favorite, that means that there is an order of operations here and you're at the top, but there's other bitches beneath you. But you're not the only one. So why are you accepting that? These hoes don't know their worth. You cried to Spice about all the shit you done been through, and then you're gonna turn around and still mess with Stevie? What the fuck? Like, you really tried to make Stevie out to be the bad guy when you are the one that's using your box to try to get what you want in the first place. You can't do that. That's not fair. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Even if the baker don't bake like you, bitch. So at this point, Stevie has on his sexy voice, his seduction voice, and he's basically telling her sweet nothings again, telling her that he's gonna do this and that for her, and I'm just like, this motherfucker here. And she's eating it all up like Thanksgiving dinner. I couldn't believe it. So at this point, he tells her to come and join him in the legacy shoot, and she calls him Poppy, and I'm like, ew, 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 ew. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, seriously, the way this bitch was acting before on the other episodes about Stevie, he has every right to be calling her the Panamanian goddess because she's acting just how Jocelyn used to act. Until Jocelyn grew some fucking balls. This man literally replaced Jocelyn. Like, without Jocelyn drama, Stevie has no storyline until now. And now he has a storyline because Estelita is acting like the damn victim here, and she's no victim. And I'm so glad that they're showing this, because you're not about to try to include yourself with the Me Too stuff and try to make Stevie seem like he's doing this and the third, but you're throwing your coochie at him and then getting mad that he's not doing what you want him to do because you thought your pussy was more powerful than it actually is. You're playing the game by his rules. He's not playing by yours, so you're dumb. So basically, Penthouse loves Estelita. I'm grossed out by this entire scene. I was baffled by this. This is the first time in the episode I was like, wow, this is a joke. When she is in her confessional, she basically says, not basically, she said that by him telling her he's her favorite and that he's gonna help her out and do all the things that he promised, that stirred up feelings for her. I said, what? When Spice said, is he your man or your manager? You fucking lied. This is definitely your man right now. This is not your manager. Like, who the fuck blushes and feels good about somebody telling them that you're their favorite? You're not his child. He's not your daddy for him to be saying you're my favorite, but don't tell your sisters. Bitch, what are you thinking? Like, I can't even deal. I can't deal with Estelita. Like, she's, no. In this next scene, KK meets up with the bail bondsman, Jerry. She wants to know when Scrap is coming home. So Jerry goes to check, and Jerry says, according to what's on his computer, it says 2019 July. So at this point, KK is really confused because she's like, she calls the parole board every day, it seems like they're tired of her calling, and they always tell her like between 30 and 60 days they'll have more information or whatever. She told Scrap to call her today while she would be at the bail bonds place, and so Scrap calls. He's confused too because none of this makes sense. They're saying that, first of all, he got way too much time for a non-violent drug charge. He was sentenced to 20 years. He's supposed to do 5, but he's supposed to get out in 2 if he has good behavior, and so he should be coming out soon. She basically tells him that this 2019 shit got her weave standing up straight, and I was dying. KK's hilarious. I honestly love KK on the show, but I guess she doesn't really have a storyline, so she can't be a regular cast member. He tells her to call the parole board again because this is not adding up. It doesn't make sense. I'm confused as to how you could get 20 years. You're only supposed to do 5, but if you have good behavior, you get out in 2. None of that shit made sense to me, but alright. A bitch is so cute. Bitch, yes. I need to turn my AC on because this is not cool. So in this next scene, girl, this is when I just got, this is when I wanted to turn the episode off, okay? Kirk shows up to Rashida's home with a mother effing moving truck. At first, I was like, the way Rashida was acting, I was like, oh shit, this is real. Like, she really is telling him to put the stuff back in the truck because the moving guy was bringing the stuff up to the house, and Rashida was like, put that back on the truck. Don't bring that up these stairs. Like, go back to the truck. And the way she was saying it, I was really like, oh shit. Like, she even told the mover she got a tip for him and everything if he goes back to the truck. So I'm like, she's dead ass. And so she asked him what he's doing there, and obviously he tries to say that he's moving back in, and Rashida is basically like, no the fuck you're not. And I was like rooting for her, and I'm like, yes Rashida, you better tell him he's not welcome here, girl. So Kirk starts addressing the stuff that Kelsey told him about Rashida and the whole personal trainer guy that came to the shop, and Rashida starts laughing because she's like, you said that you set up a deal for me to get to do a fitness video, so I hired a personal trainer to get me right for the fitness video. What's your problem? And she's like, first of all, I'm explaining this to you, but I don't have to explain shit to you. And I was like rooting her on, and I was just like, you better tell him, bitch. Like, yes. And I don't fuck Rashida, but I was very happy she was standing her ground, bitch. So then Kirk starts giving her some BS about how much he loves her and how he wants to work this out and blah, 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 ray-tay-tay, and I was just not trying to hear it. So, you know, I can't even tell you what he said. I just know it was along those lines. By the end of this, Rashida was in her confessional talking about, you know, even though all these things happen, I have to admit that I do miss having him in the house and blah, blah, blah. And so I thought she was just going to state that and let it be that. But no. The saga continues, and she literally said, this is what I was talking about the other day with the boundaries. You know, I have to set boundaries, and you're forever crossing those boundaries. So I'm going to let you come back inside. I'm going to let you come back in this house. But there's going to be rules. And she just kept reiterating that there's going to be rules that he has to follow and all kinds. And I'm just like, really? Really, Rashida, you're gonna try to give Kirk rules to follow when he's clearly a defiant ass motherfucker that's always trying to not follow the rules? Oh, okay. Let's see how this one works out. Oh my god. It was at this moment that I remembered why I hate the show so much. And why I suffer through these episodes for you guys. I don't know. But my patience been wore thin, been wore off. Like, I don't know why I still do this shit. I really don't. Like, I'm tired of this. I really am. I hate this show. Okay? Alright. Cool. We are not here for the Kirk Rashida bullshit anymore. It's bullshit. Like, she kicked him out last season when she found out that it was even a possibility that he was somebody else's baby daddy. Now that she knows for sure that the baby is his, she letting him move back in? Girl, bye. See you never. The problem I really have with this is that Rashida is setting a horrible example for her children. Kelsey is going to be with a person that's just like her daddy, and she is not going to know how to act, and she's going to be fed to that shit, and then when she has kids, it's going to be the same damn thing. This is not right. And her sons are going to be cheating on their bitches, and their dad is setting a great example for them. You do not stay in situations like this when you have children, because all you're teaching your children is that it's okay. Like, no, we're not going to talk about, no, we getting through the storm and all that shit. No, there's levels to this shit. If your man is cheating on you and has a whole child on you, you don't stay with that man. What example are you setting for your kids? That it all works out in the end? No, because all you're doing is showing that you're insecure, non-independent, weak ass woman that is a doormat that allows men to walk all over her and treat her like shit. Like, when you have kids, you have to set examples for them. I'm so flabbergasted that this lady let this man move back in the house. For why? For why? He can see Carter anytime he wants. He doesn't need to live there. Like, girl, I would have drew up them damn divorce papers so fast. You would have been paying me alimony and all that. Okay? Cheating on me, having babies on me. No, thank you. Anyways, next scene, Tokyo meets up with Tobias, and she don't waste no time. She pages him right away about the Carly Red thing, because Carly told her. He basically says that it was so long ago and he didn't think it was that big of a deal, and it doesn't even matter because they never smashed or anything like that. And so Carly Red said the same thing, so I was like, oh, okay, so they really didn't have sex. Tokyo, though, she kept pressing him about it and saying, yes, you did. She just kept pressing him to, like, you know, beat the truth out of him. And then when she realized he wasn't going to change his answer, he literally didn't sleep with Carly. And since Carly said the same thing, what other choice does she have but to believe him? Anyway, she says good, because basically I would have to kill all three of us, and all three of us would be in heaven together. And I was like, what? Like, you gonna kill yourself after you kill them? That don't make no damn sense. Because I certainly wouldn't. Nope, not doing it. I'm gonna kill myself. Because then you can't. See, if you kill two people, then at least you could ask for forgiveness. But if you kill yourself, you can't ask for forgiveness for killing yourself. No, you can't leave God a note. Like, no. You gotta kill the people and stay alive. Anyway, she brings up Keely, and then Tobias starts spilling all kinds of tea, and I was like, Tobias, you know, you a good fit for Love and Hip Hop with all this tea you're spilling. He basically says that Keely is bitter about Blue, and I was like, who the fuck is Blue? Like, I was confused. I had to watch their scene like 3 times, and I still don't know what the fuck happened. Anyway, Blue is Keely's baby daddy, but Blue, his name is Blue Da Vinci, he's also Tobias's ex-manager, and him, Tobias, and Tokyo are great friends. Apparently, she's holding Blue's kids hostage for whatever reason. Apparently, Bocce, who is Keely's new boyfriend, who was at the jock roast as well, was around Blue Da Vinci but has no idea that Blue Da Vinci is his girl's baby daddy. And I was just like, this is just all kinds of messy. Like, what is going on here? Why is she keeping him a secret? Because apparently everybody knows she has kids, but nobody knows who the baby daddy is for whatever reason. Basically, it was all really messy and I was confused. So I'm going to assume it's going to unravel more in the future episodes. All I got out of this was that Tobias got all kinds of tea that he is willing to spill, and I'm here for it, okay? So finally, we arrive at the last and final scene of the night, honey. And it is Sierra. She invited BB Gun over. Immediately, it's really tense between the two of them. You could tell they haven't had a real conversation in a long time because he didn't even know he had to take his shoes off, child. She was like, take your shoes off. And he was like, I gotta take my shoes off. And he took his shoes off. And I was just like, what is up with people not taking off their shoes as soon as they get in the house? That's what I'm confused about. Like, why are people not removing their souliers? I need to know. She basically says, like, you know, he has an attitude. Like, she's like, you're acting like you're in your feelings. Like, I'm confused. What's wrong with you? He said, how about I'm in my fucking feelings because I just lost my child. You were not there for me. You didn't support me. You left me when I needed you. And I know it's cold and it's harsh, but baby, I'm not gonna be there for you how you want me to be after you just dogged me out, after you cheated on me with my assistant and had me looking real stupid in these streets. Like, I'm not gonna be there for you the way you want me to, regardless. Like, I'm hurting too. You're not the only one that's hurting, but it's hard for me to put aside my feelings that I have for my husband just because your child passed away. I feel it. I can only be there for you to an extent. I can't be there for you 100%. You know what I mean? And I totally get where Sierra's coming from because she's between a rock and a hard place. How do you just turn off how you're feeling towards a person? You can be compassionate for them, or towards them, and be there for them as much as you can, but you don't have to fully be available to him. You don't owe him anything if he cheated on you. I am so sorry about it. Like, let me find out. So Sierra starts saying how she was there for him, that she even paid for the reception after the funeral, and so he cuts her off and he's like, you think everything's about money? And then she was just like, hold on, because I was calling your ass every day, checking in on you. And then she starts talking about how she has somebody new. She can't be booed up and laid up with him in the bed and stuff. Like, is that what you want me to do? And he said, I definitely don't want that. And she said, I wouldn't touch you if you were the last person on earth. And when she said that, I was like, whoa, this is deep. Like, she's really genuinely hurt by him. And I think he's hurt by her too now. And it's just a hard time for them. When she said that, he was like, same. Like, I don't want you to touch me either. And I don't think that's the case here. I think that they're both just really hurt and they're saying stuff that they necessarily don't mean. But what's a girl to do? What is a girl to do? If you find out your man cheating on you and then you hear all the other stuff that she's been hearing, like, how are you supposed to feel about him? Regardless of him just losing his child, you know? She starts talking about her 7-year-old. I think that they have a 7-year-old together. I'm not sure whose child this is. But either way, she's basically saying, like, the 7-year-old is really sad right now, and basically saying they need to find a way to, I guess, co-parent or do something to make their child not suffer because of what they're going through, which is a good mom and a good dad is going to make that happen. Hi.
I got these cheeseburgers, man.
You got me a burger?
Mm-hmm.
That's so nice. Wow. Thanks. Five Guys, guys. If you come for Five Guys, don't come for Five Guys in my comment section.
Come for Five Guys, take your ass to McDonald's, you bum bitch.
Oh.
Mad because it's $12 a burger. You can't afford it.
Okay, Mr. Ballin' is my hobby. Like,
your $1.56.
Whoa. What kind of burgers? This is like
McDouble.
There's like 5 patties on here. What's going on? Anyway, so beyond that, she starts bringing up Keely, and she says that they're being messy because Keely is her ex-homegirl, and now he's linking up with Keely to be messy, and he's like, it's not that, blah, blah, blah. And so she basically starts saying, like, what they're doing is really low, and he's like, oh, and you're high. And I was just like, why is this so petty? Like, the whole argument was getting really petty, but it's true. Like, why are you linking up with her ex-homegirl? The way Keely made it seem was like she met Sierra through BB gun, not the other way around. But she's saying that that's her ex-homegirl, and now all of a sudden they're linking up. So this just looks a hot ass mess. She starts addressing the whole baby rumor situation, and this had the audacity to say that's all based on assumptions. She said, don't play with me. Don't play with me, little boy, okay? So she presses him about it, and he basically says it's a possibility that the child that the girl is pregnant with is his, but he don't know because they were messing around. And I'm just like, he's low down and dirty, because now you're letting us know that the assistant wasn't the only person you were sleeping with. Now you were sleeping with every Jane Doe on the damn road, and now you're out here raw dogging it, getting people pregnant. Like, really? What are you, Kirk Jr.? I can't. Oh my gosh. But he did say that the older baby is not his. I don't know if I could believe him, because he's clearly out here willy-nilly with his willy, okay? Their argument was really messy and sad. They're both clearly hurt, and I guess we're gonna see the saga continue to unfold in future episodes. So oh my god, so good. So yeah, I'm gonna just eat this burger now. I know you guys were just as upset as I was watching this shit, but we're gonna see what happens. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.